What's up YouTube, it's Tadpole here. I got another double feature. My videos tend to be either really long or really short, so I figured I'd just sort of slap them together and give you two battles. The first one here is a UU match. I really like this one because Scrafty is one of my favorites, and he does some work in this one, not to spoil anything. Anyways, I'm going to go ahead and start with my Cavalion like I normally do. I had a feeling he might try to start off with a Chandelure. He does. Because he predicted that, I was afraid if I switched into something like Melodic or someone, that he would predict that and go for the Energy Ball. So I'm going to go ahead and switch into my Sableye because I want to keep my others around because they'll be important. So I figure if I have to sack anything, I'll just sack Sableye right off the bat. Luckily I survived, and I'm going to go ahead and confuse him and get the confusion hacks there. Go ahead and recover and hope that he misses his Fire Blast. Lucky for him, he doesn't. And it seems like every time I use moves like Fire Blast or Focus Blast, I can never get them to hit. But when I'm fighting them, it seems like their accuracy might as well be 100. I even miss stuff like Heat Wave way too often. Anyways, I bring in the Ambipalm and he knows something's up. So he's going to go ahead and switch right to the, shoot, what is this thing called? It's been around since first gen, and I can't remember what it's called. Kabutops! And, the beat-up's not going to do a whole ton to it. I was kinda hoping that it might possibly be weak armor when I saw it come in. It's not. I go for the low sweep instead of low kick. I don't have low kick. I switched to low sweep because it's a 60 base power and technician. There's a lot less than I ever expected it to, so that's unfortunate. Speed doesn't really matter as it's probably one of the highest speed Pokemon in UU. Anyways, he's going to go ahead and go for the Energy Ball. I'm guessing, predicting Melodic to come out to take the Fire Blast. I'm just going to stay in because I know I'm faster and hit him with a beat up. Actually, I don't think I was faster. Anyways, not important. Go ahead, I'm going to take him out with the beat-up. I did get a crit there on that last hit. Didn't matter because I still had two coming and it would have been enough to knock him out. And then he takes a lot of time here to decide who he's going to send out next, which is nice for me narrating because then I get to catch up. So I think ultimately, what does he send out? I think he sends out his Bisharp here, and I was confused about this. I was kind of expecting the Sucker Punch, but in case he thought I was going to switch, I just go for the low speed. And I don't know why he didn't go for the Sucker Punch or why he brought that thing out in the first place, other than he thought that he might be able to scare me out with a Sucker Punch. I don't know. I really don't. Anyways, he's going to go ahead and bring in this Yanmega. I'm under the impression that these things are frail. I don't know if they are frail. I think a lot of things in UU are frail, but maybe in UU they're not as frail because things don't hit as hard. I don't know. Anyway, I go for a beat-up, expecting it to do a bit more than that. It does a little over half. What is that, maybe... it's a little bit too much to be a third, but... In any case, he's going to go ahead and take out the Ambipalm there, which is kind of unfortunate. It would have been nice to hit that Azelf with a beat-up, but, what can you do? I'm going to go ahead and take the opportunity to go ahead and set up my rocks. I know he can't one-hit KO me. It would have really sucked if he had flinched me there, because then I would have had problems. Because as you can see, he got a 2-hit KO there. I noticed that he is not getting the speed boost. So that was important to know. That way I was able to bring in Bikini safely. He is going to switch though, if I'm not mistaken. I mean, why would he stay in? I'm going to go for a V-Create because I'm under the impression that nothing wants to take a V-Create. I was apparently told wrong because this Kabutops takes it like it's no one's business. So, that was unfortunate. We're going to be forced to switch out, and that's going to give him the opportunity to go ahead and rapid spin the rocks away, which, it would have been nice to have taken out that, Yanmega. I don't think it would have taken it out, no, but it would have left it with not much of anything. On the flip side, he doesn't have, I'm not afraid of the Kabutops. It's physical attack, so I'm going to go ahead and bulk up. He's going to actually switch. And here I got a little bit nervous. I thought, oh, he's going to air slash and I'm going to have problems. He actually goes ahead and goes for a bug buzz. Does just under 50%. And I'm going to be able to take him out with an ice punch, which with my Moxie boost is going to be able to boost my attack up to times 2. Then I go ahead and go for a crunch against this thing. I think he goes for something like ice punch. I don't know why. Ice punch. Maybe he didn't have anything else that could have done more damage. Maybe that was the best he could have done. I honestly don't know. In any case, he doesn't really do anything, and I'm able to get another Moxie boost. And if you hadn't figured it out, Scrafty gets a nice little sweep here because he's super effective against the last 2 Pokemon. Payback does 2%, which I kind of laughed at because he is faster. Drain Punch nearly wipes him out and brings me back up to full health. I expected maybe to see a Toxic, maybe do like a Toxic Wish Protect stall if he could survive for 2 turns or something. I don't know. That's not the case. Scrafty's attack is, who knows what it's at. It's at a lot now. Rock Slide's going to do nothing. He knew at this point that he had lost the game, but he's going to continue playing. I talked to him in the message. He actually gets a flinch right there. So that was unfortunate, but not a big deal. I don't, it only added an extra turn. He's able to use Waterfall, and Scrafty goes in and wins that one with almost full health. So that was pretty cool. The second one here is an OU game. I'm probably most comfortable in OU. And it's against the Rain team, and it is Axie on my end, if I remember correctly. At the same time, I really don't like Rain. I know I used it in Ubers. I'll probably use it in OU at some point in time, but it just seems to be one of my least favorite weathers. I don't like weather in OU at all. That's the way I am. Anyway, Thunder Punch the Toe doesn't do much. I lose my Infernape, not a big deal in this game. Then what happens? I guess he brings in his Fortress after trying to Perish Song. We both get up our rocks. That pretty much cover it? Yeah, just about. So, he's gonna go ahead and Toxic. I'm gonna switch to Ferrothorn. Not sure why he did that. I have 3 Pokemon that have no problem with Toxic. But he's gonna go ahead and do that anyways. I guess maybe, Jellysons carry Giga Drain a lot now, I've noticed. So he might have been expecting me to stay in and just try to Giga Drain him. I am going to switch out though, expecting another water attack. He's going to just roar again and bring me in a Scissor. And then I get a crit, and that's important. So let's see here. He's going to bring in this. I'm going to Bullet Punch it. I hate these things too. He's going to be able to survive the Bullet Punch there and go ahead and take my my Scissor out, which is unfortunate. I'm going to bring in Gliscore knowing that this thing can't do anything. He's going to Sucker Punch, and I'm going to Earthquake, and I nearly take it out. 1% of its health, like what, 1 HP, 2 HP? Oh, that's frustrating. Anyways, I know he's going to switch after that because we figured out that I was faster. I don't know how he figured out that I was faster, but we did. And predicting that, I'm going to go for the Ice Fang, and I do get a crit. I'm sure that crit mattered because those things tend to be bulky, but, whatever. I protect on his Nasty Paw, managed to survive the Dark Pulse, which is nice, and go ahead and get off an Earthquake and take out that. So, that's 3 for Gliscore here, and he gets a nice little sweep. I know I can't take a hit from this Politoed, but I'm going to protect and just get a bit of health back, and then switch on to my Jellicent. He does get a crit back. Doesn't really matter in the long run, because he's just going to hit me for Toxic. I'm going to confuse him. Toxic is going to build up after a while and get annoying, but the crit really, what I'm trying to say is the crit, he got a crit back, but it didn't matter. Let's see, I thought at one point here, I go for the cover, and he goes for the Perish Song. And I keep every other turn, or every few turns, I do the Confuse Ray, expecting him to switch. He doesn't. And he always switches right after doing Perish Song. I don't know why he doesn't stay in for maybe a turn or two and do some shenanigans, but in any case, I get this Toxic Rub with Confusion. It's going to go ahead and hurt itself, and then I'm going to take it out with an Ice Beam. So good work, Gliscore, for setting that up. Jelly's would have never been able to handle that with a setup on me all day. I'm going to just go ahead and hit this thing with a Scald in the Rain and get the burn. He's going to rapid spin, I guess, expecting me to switch. This thing's dead to Toxic and rocks when I come back in anyways. Might as well keep it in. Don't know why he thought he was going to switch. Then we have Latios. Latios is just going to Thunderbolt everything to death. And that's going to be the game. So, little bit hacksy on my side. More than a little bit, quite a bit. But Gliscore for the win. Scrafty for the win. Love both of them. And you guys should too. And I guess I'll catch you guys later. Bye.